Bien-aimés dans le Seigneur, que Dieu vous bénisse. Aujourd'hui, nous sommes sur Venice TV et pour un grand programme, un programme intéressant. En tout cas, là où vous êtes, soyez branchés, partagez l'émission parce que nous allons parler comment COVID-19 a changé beaucoup de chrétiens. Comment COVID-19 a affecté les vies des gens. Mais nous allons aller dans un domaine beaucoup plus scientifique avec un ingénieur que nous avons avec nous aujourd'hui, qui est Joël Mungi. Il va aussi beaucoup plus intervenir dans ce domaine. Mais aussi, il y a plusieurs questions, beaucoup de problèmes, de réalités que nous rencontrons pendant cette période de Covid, que nous aurons besoin que vous puissiez participer. Vous avez une question, soyez libres et appelez-nous et nous pouvons intervenir. Nous sommes live sur Venice TV. Nous bénissons le Seigneur pour cette opportunité. Éternel, nous te disons merci parce que tu as permis que nous soyons en ces lieux, nous soyons autorisés par l'équipe technique et surtout ta souveraineté pour permettre que ces programmes soient possibles. Oriente-nous et je crois, Seigneur, que tu vas inspirer, tu vas aider, tu vas bénir un frère, une sœur, que la gloire te soit rendue. Au nom de Jésus-Christ, Amen. Nous commençons notre programme toujours autour des livres de Juges. Juges chapitre 6, si vous regardez, à partir du verset 12 jusqu'au verset 16, c'est la rencontre où Dieu a parlé à Gédéon. Quand Gédéon était embarrassé, il était dans des difficultés parce qu'ils étaient envahis. Israël était envahi par le Madian et ils avaient des difficultés, des moments difficiles. Mais Dieu est intervenu pour se révéler à Gédéon. Quand il lui a dit, vaillant héros. C'est pourquoi notre programme, nous le disons, Come on Mighty Warrior. Donc nous encourageons les gens de comprendre qu'ils sont des vaillants héros. Dieu les voit comme vaillants héros, même si eux-mêmes ne croient pas, même si eux-mêmes ne voient pas les capacités, même si eux-mêmes ne voient pas ce que Dieu a mis dans leur vie. Mon nom c'est le docteur Hubert Kayenda, je suis pasteur à l'église Ephrata, Bolton, et puis j'enseigne et je suis chercheur à l'université de York. Je travaille aussi pour la NHS et cette année j'ai été voté comme NHS Governor, donc au niveau de l'hôpital de Bolton. Donc aujourd'hui nous commençons en retard parce que j'avais une réunion de tous les gouverneurs au niveau qui était jusqu'à 18h30, le temps d'aller prendre Joël. Nous vous excusons pour ce retard. Mais ces réunions-là ne sont pas régulières. Ce sont des réunions qu'on fait d'une façon trimestrielle. Donc, chaque trois mois que nous avons ces réunions. Mais non seulement ça, j'aime le Seigneur, j'ai connu le Seigneur comme mon sauveur. Quand j'étais jeune, à 18 ans, j'avais donné mon cœur au Seigneur. Je lui ai donné mon cœur et j'ai dit, Seigneur, je voudrais que tu me diriges. Et à partir de là, le Seigneur a façonné ma vie et il continue à me façonner jour après jour. C'est la grâce de Dieu, c'est la faveur de Dieu pour que je sois en vie aujourd'hui. C'est la faveur de Dieu pour qu'aujourd'hui je sois devenu docteur ici en Angleterre et en train d'enseigner à l'université, en train de faire les recherches ici dans ce pays de Mindele, parce que moi je ne pouvais pas rêver, je n'avais pas rêvé ça quand j'étais jeune, que je pouvais être en Angleterre, surtout que j'ai haïssé l'anglais. Je ne voulais pas d'anglais. Quand les enseignants nous donnaient le cours d'anglais, j'étais parmi les gens qui les dérangeaient. Parce que quand nous, on était à l'école secondaire, on avait des corps de la paix. Ce sont des Américains, jeunes Américains, qui sont venus au Congo avec le programme que Mobutu avait permis à l'époque. Les jeunes Américains, corps de la paix, étaient venus et ils nous donnaient les cours de mathématiques, les cours de chimie, les cours d'anglais. Donc, ce sont des cours qu'eux nous donnaient. Donc, et c'était une opportunité pour moi de saisir, mais je ne comprenais pas qu'il fallait que je puisse mettre mon intelligence dans ce qu'il nous donnait, surtout pour la langue anglaise. Mais regardez aujourd'hui, je fais pratiquement tout en anglais. Mes recherches en anglais. Une autre bonne nouvelle, je voudrais vous annoncer que hier, notre publication, une autre recherche a été publiée dans un journal académique. C'est sorti hier et nous avons célébré tous les gens qui sont des co-auteurs. Je suis deuxième auteur dans cette publication où nous avons travaillé pour améliorer le système de NHS ici en Angleterre. Donc, c'est un travail très, très efficace. Nous avons commencé en 2017 jusqu'en 2019. Donc, c'est un travail pendant 2 ans où nous avons travaillé pour voir comment nous pouvons améliorer les systèmes de travail, les systèmes de ceux qui travaillent avec les malades. Donc, moi, j'étais parmi les personnes qui ont préparé, qui ont fait les training manuals. Donc, j'ai fait les manuels pour la formation de tous ces cadres, de ces cadres de NHS s'occupent dans les hôpitaux qui s'occupent des malades. Donc, nous avons formé des social workers, des community psychiatrists, nurses, occupational therapists, mental health professionals. Tous ces gens-là, nous avons formés, nous leur avons montré les modèles, ce que nous voulons, comment améliorer les systèmes de travail auprès des malades. Et quand nous les avons formés, nous avons testé cela. Tester ça comment nous interrogeons les malades. Au début, après 6 mois, nous testons encore pour voir si c'est que les cours, la formation que nous avons donné aux cadres qui travaillent pour la NHS, ils ont essayé de transférer ça auprès des malades. À partir de là, les résultats doivent être publiés. Quand les résultats sont publiés dans les journaux scientifiques, ces résultats peuvent servir pour que ça devienne des policies, pour que le gouvernement puisse utiliser ça et que ça devienne un système de travail au niveau du gouvernement anglais. Je me rappelle, on avait utilisé plusieurs sites. On avait Durham, nous avions Bradford, nous avons Somerset, nous avons Hampshire, nous avons Essex. Donc, tous ces sites-là, je voyageais partout, du nord au sud de l'Angleterre, pour rencontrer ces cadres, pour leur expliquer notre projet. Et hier, ce projet a été publié scientifiquement, donc accepté au niveau mondial. Donc c'est des choses comme ça que beaucoup de gens parfois ne comprennent pas. Disent, mais il y a le Bakaza, docteur Massala Ramil. C'est pour vous donner un peu une idée que nous, en tant que Congolais, nous sommes une bénédiction pour le pays qui nous ont accueillis. Et vous comprenez que dans ce projet-là, j'étais le même contact. On appelle field worker, donc research worker. Donc, c'est moi qui manageais en dehors de mon boss. Donc, c'est comme ça que je suis second author dans la publication après mon boss. Donc, c'est pour vous aider que nous sommes en train de contribuer dans ce pays où Dieu nous a amenés, mais nous avons aussi un travail à faire dans notre pays d'origine, le Congo. C'est pourquoi nous avons notre cœur pour ça et nous encourageons tous les frères et sœurs, les scientifiques, les gens intelligents, les gens qui sont dans ce pays pour voir comment nous pouvons aider le pays là-bas au Congo. Il y a certains projets que nous faisons, nous encourageons les gens de l'autre côté. Je sais que c'est parfois difficile de travailler au Congo, d'essayer d'essayer d'appliquer certains projets là-bas au Congo, mais dans ces pas-là des tortues, nous essayons de faire ce que nous pouvons faire. Dernièrement, nous avons fait une enquête là-bas au Congo avec les universités là-bas au Congo et qui est maintenant envoyée pour publication dans le journal académique. Nous avons envoyé dans Social Psychiatric and Psychiatric Epidemiology Journal pour que ça soit publié. Dès que ces recherches sont publiées, ça va aider pour que nous améliorons notre système de travail, de santé au Congo. Donc, nous sommes en train de travailler. Priez pour nous. J'ai besoin de votre soutien. J'ai besoin de vos prières parce que l'ennemi n'aime pas le développement. Et nous sommes là comme des ambassadeurs et je sais, par la grâce de Dieu, avec Dieu, nous ferons des exploits. Donc ça, c'était le flash pour vous annoncer qu'on a quand même de bonnes nouvelles malgré la situation que nous sommes en train de vivre ici en Angleterre et puis dans le monde concernant Covid. Notre thème, c'est comment Covid a aidé beaucoup de chrétiens à changer. Et aujourd'hui, je voudrais passer la parole à Joël qui va s'introduire lui-même ce qu'il fait parce que c'est une bénédiction pour l'Église et aussi pour les corps du Christ, mais pour le monde entier. Joël, à vous. Il va aller en anglais.
My name is Joel. I am a robotics engineer, currently working in St. Helens doing software engineering, and I'm also I go to Ephrata Church as well.
Gloire au Seigneur. Donc, il a fait le robotique engineering. Donc, ce sont des choses intéressantes et puis on va aussi aller dans cela. notre thème, tel que j'avais dit, on avait parlé, we go in English.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. We go in English. Donc, parfois, on se sent, quand on est en français, c'est difficile. Donc, maintenant, on va switch en anglais. Si vous avez vos enfants à la maison, dites-leur, come follow. Pastor Hubert, Dr. Hubert talking, and Joe, they're talking about how COVID has changed us and how people can move forward. We want to look at artificial intelligence. We want to look at how COVID has changed us. So, before to go straight away about our question said how COVID-19 has helped many Christians. I will go straight away to say that myself, COVID-19 has helped me to change. Because I was not like a technical person who like all kind of going, software kind of thing to see how things work. But because of COVID, we can't meet like we've been meeting before. Now we're back at Victoria Hall. But we remember from March to July, people were sitting at home. We had a lockdown in England, and that has changed us a lot. And I remember for the first time, I started to use Zoom during COVID. So COVID has changed us to understand that there is a way we can move forward. Instead of saying, things not working, it's worse, nothing's working. So COVID has changed us. Another thing from my perspective, COVID has changed me to read a bit more and to see how I can use the Bible. Because when you are sitting home, you got a lot of time to do things. Because we had like a lot of things going on, the work, we have to travel, but COVID has said, now stop, you are at home. Think about the future. So it helped us to think about the future, to start to do a program at home. And I saw for the first time, we had like 3 sessions in our house. So we had a prayer on Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday at home. And my children were involved. I saw my son, my first son, playing keyboard, my daughter filming, or my son, another son, filming, and they're involved to worship God, to praise God. That was amazing. I remember one day, my daughter came and said to me, Dad, my faith has increased. So now I've got more faith because she spent more time reading and learning a bit more. That's why second thing, COVID has changed me. Another thing is COVID has helped us to understand that there is time where people have to change. There is time where people have to think about heaven. You see, people were busy working, doing things, but when COVID came, he said, stop. Think about the future. Think about the eternity. Think that a small virus, something you can't see, can destroy. And that could be actually even when Jesus will come. When people said, how things happen, Jesus will come and he will stop everything. COVID has stopped things, have stopped people's lives. So we need to remember that heaven exists and we need to be prepared. So COVID has changed us a lot. There is a lot of things idea will come, but I will pass to Joe now to give his opinion how COVID-19 has changed us as a Christian or as anybody.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right in what you said. Like COVID has stopped the world for the first time. Everything has stopped, and we've come to a realization that what we read in the Bible, like there is backing towards it, and it's true. And events like this can happen.
Yes.
In Revelation, when it talks about Judgment Day, it talks about the different plights and horrors that will come onto the world. Like this, in a sense, is a sign of all of that.
Yes.
And all of these things are real and they are going to come true. And this is just proof of it, really. So, yeah. And as you said as well, it's given us time to actually sit down, get into the Word, and really think about what we're reading and where what we're reading can actually take us. So it's an opportunity, but at the same time, it's a realization that we all get right now.
Fantastic. Yes. And at the moment, we see that people use a lot of technology during COVID. Can you tell us, because you are you did robotic engineering. Can you tell us about your subject and about artificial intelligence, how that can improve people's life? I know that there is a bad side of this, but how, if we look at the positive, how that can improve people's life?
So artificial intelligence is just all about creating robots and machines, etc., that can tackle problems that we can't, problems that we're not maybe smart enough to do. Computers can do it a lot quicker, a lot more efficient. So what that means is when we have these machines around us, they'll be able to do things, tackle problems and bring us solutions that us ourselves we can't do. So like for instance, we don't really know how to make flying cars just yet.
Yes.
So there'll come a point where these machines will be able to do that for us, or they'll be able to do our farming for us, they'll be able to take care of our children for us, that type of thing. So what that's going to do is make our lives easier, make our lives, give us a lot more time to pursue our passions, pursue God, and pursue all of these different things.
Fantastic. So let's go things more easier, the way I can understand. It's a bit sometimes hard. I know that if we give you the number, said 275 times 576,000. So you see, it's difficult for me to give the answer. But if you put in a calculator, it will give you the answers like that.
It might take you a few minutes to calculate that with pen and paper.
Yes.
Or your computer, your calculator, or whatever machines that are being built later on can do that like that, like in a few seconds. So that will obviously allow us to solve harder problems and stuff like that.
I had someone who was unwell who couldn't speak, but the computer can understand and say the word he want to say. Yeah. And I was impressed to see that. And I remember one of our brother in the church who became unwell. And I went to pick him up at the airport because he had a stroke. He had a stroke, so I went there, pick him up. So when we were coming back to Bolton, we arrived at the service. So the issue he had, because he had a stroke, he can't speak. You see? So when he want to speak, you see that he want to talk. But he's trying his best, but he can't talk because he lost the voice. So I was thinking and said, oh my God, now I want to see what he want to say. You see, that's kind of a situation.
It's amazing. Like artificial intelligence, especially when it comes to like the medical side of it.
Yes.
Even as of right now, there are some software and some machines that can predict like someone's about to have a stroke before they've even had that stroke.
Yes.
So before you've even had a heart attack, something could tell you that you're about to have a heart attack. Just based on your blood, the way your mind is going and everything inside of you. And if it's attached to you, it can tell you that, okay, you need to be careful, or your blood pressure is going too high,
yes,
too low, you need to eat, these type of things. So yeah, in that application, there's so much good that it can do. Yeah.
So there is a lot of positive.
A lot of positives, absolutely a lot of positives.
Wow, fantastic. And sometimes I'm confused to see about the visual perception of that, how that works.
Visual perception is just, most of it is what we've coded. So for example, you might get a camera, film it or whatever, and then you get to basically label and say, okay, that's a chair there, and say, okay, that's a microphone. And then basically that's put into an AI, artificial intelligence, like neural network. So that's what actually learns. So from you labeling chair, it'll get like millions of pictures that say chair on it. And then next time when it sees a chair, it'll understand that's a chair. Yeah. So over time, it gets to learn.
So you put all that.
Yeah, you put the information there over and over and over. Eventually it learns like, oh, that's a chair, that's a microphone, that type of thing.
Just to remind me that God is really clever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, because you have to put the information.
Yeah, you like everything about computers, everything about technology, we have to do that. We have to really hardwire in there. Like you said, God is great because all of these things that we take years and years to do, our mind does it in a few seconds. You look at a camera, you know that's a camera.
A camera, yes.
No one needs to tell you that's a camera.
The camera, yes.
So yeah.
So that's powerful. That's powerful. And how you think COVID has pushed people to know more God? Do you think that is happened, or people are more far away from God because of COVID. What's your opinion?
Because of COVID,
you're a young person.
Because of COVID, we're seeing that the world is a fragile place. We're seeing that things can happen that can actually end it all. We're seeing that the world is not going to carry on forever, and there is an end to all of this. So that alone forces people to think about, okay, let me find the truth.
Yes.
Okay, let me find what's actually out there. Let me actually look for God. So yeah, it's forced us to actually look for God and look for what the truth is.
But how can you explain now, we got the situation with COVID and people saying we are scared, we can't go out. As a young person, what advice can you give to young people still scared until now?
I mean, it is a wonderful opportunity because the world is not going to stay like this forever. In God knows, in a few months, everything might go back to normal where you can go out, go to uni, etc. So you have time now where you have to stay inside. So work on yourself, work on your passions, work on your projects, etc., etc. So right now is the time that you don't want to waste.
Yes, so we need to use our time now to think what we'll be planning, because most of the time we said we are busy, I'm busy, but we are not taking time to think about it. I remember when I wrote my book, I said, you can't say that after 5 years, 10 years, I will do this if you can't think about that and write down your project, your plan about what you want to achieve. So it's important for us to sit down and to think about what you want to achieve. You are a student, you need to think that what you want to achieve and look at that. I remember one of my teachers said to me, don't listen to what they're saying to you, but you go for yourself. Try to find out if there is a job when people finish to do these kind of things, if there is a job. Because most of the time, they are scared to go in technical area. They said it's a lot of math, a lot of things, physics is so hard. You think you can push young people because when you look on the internet, they're still looking people who are in your area.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you do a technical course or a scientific course, the world is open to you. You can go anywhere, you can do anything in a sense. And once you have that knowledge and people know that you're good at what you do, every company in the world will come for you. You won't be the one looking for jobs, it'll come to you.
Yes.
When I finished uni, I had a job straight. Like,
away.
Straight away. I didn't have to wait or anything like that, straight away. So if it's your passion, chase it and it'll pay off.
Fantastic. So young people, do not be discouraged. You need to be positive, to believe that there is a future for you, but you need to know where are you going, what you want to do, and if there is a job. So this is very important to look at that. Go do some homework, like people say, do some homework, look at that and think and get there. Even it's hard at the beginning. You need to be, yes, it must be. Yeah, it will be hard. Yeah, because you see, you have to put all information in the system, and then the system can respond to that. That's why sometimes I'm very surprised to see how the robot respond. And even in our area of health, we want to see how we can help people, we can support people. For example, we've been going to the care home. During normal time, our church, we've been going there to the care home, sing with people. But now, because of COVID, we can't go there because there is a problem. They don't want people from outside to go to the care home because people who are at the care home, they are vulnerable and you can bring the virus, or you can catch the virus when you're going there. So that's a big issue. But we can solve that with the technology.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like there are robots nowadays who are service robots. So they're like little humans and they have wheels. And they go around having conversations with the patients, having conversation with elderly, just keeping them company. So, like you said right there, that's a bridge that robots basically can obviously climb for us. So.
That's really, really positive. So we need, when we look at the technology, not to be too scared about the technology, but to see how we can use it for good. Instead of giving all that to the evil people using for bad.
And there are people out there who are trying to militarize most of the technology. They're trying to build bigger bombs, bigger warships, and all of these. And we need people who are going to use it for humanity, to help people and to help ourselves, basically. So,
wow, that reminds me the story of Nobel. You know the Nobel Prize?
Yeah.
That guy he made something was negative, and before he died, his brother died, and the newspaper by mistake said that the guy who made the bomb to kill, the weapon to kill people has died. And he said, oh no, I don't want people to remember me that way. So that's why he took the money and he put in the bank. He said that money will be given to people who are coming with new ideas, who want to solve the world, want to bring something different in the world. That's why we got the Nobel Prize. Remember Dr. Daniel Mukwege. He won the Nobel Prize, Peace Prize for Congo. That's the first one as a Congolese to win that. So we are really proud to see what Mukwege has done. Fantastic. So just to remind us that we can change, we can make a difference where we are by trying to do what we have. When you got your mobile phone, you can use that mobile phone to call people, to swear on people, but you can use the same mobile phone to call and to encourage people.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So we need to see how to use the technology we got at the moment. And we got another problem here. Sometimes I ask myself, artificial intelligence can help to manage big data. Yes.
So big data, in a sense, is just everything. So your phone right now, it'll take some of your pictures, some of the things you say, everything. It puts it all into like a database.
Yes.
And using artificial intelligence, all of that is just, basically they learn from that. So they learn from your conversation, they learn from things that you type. So that allows us to get a bigger understanding of what the people in the world need. So it allows us to see, like, from a medical perspective, if a lot of people are texting, how do you stop a headache? Then you know maybe, okay, a lot of people are suffering from headaches. So you need to invest your research in bringing medication for headaches. So artificial intelligence can help us in that way to understand the population. So
But most of the time, there is evil people using that to destroy. So it's shocking because there is people say, I can't use social media because of all that kind of situation. But it's really frustrating.
That's what you said right there. We need people who are going to put their effort into these technologies, into these fields, so they can use it for the good. Because Facebook takes most of your information and sells it to companies that use it for God knows what. Like, same with Instagram, same with Snapchat, most of these, like, and there's an app called TikTok. And the story behind TikTok is it's a Chinese app. And what the Chinese are basically doing is taking the information and spying on the American population. So there you go. So we need people who are gonna be working for good, because there's too many people working for evil.
So it's important for Christian, young people to be involved and to make a difference.
Absolutely.
To make a difference. It's possible for you to make a difference because you got the knowledge, or you can get the knowledge. You can go to school, you can get the knowledge and make a massive difference. COVID-19 has helped many Christians to change. Many Christians at the moment, they can see things differently, in different perspectives. They said, wow, I have to use this. I can use this to help more people and to reach more people. And actually, COVID-19 has helped more Christians to reach more people and to tell them about the coming of Jesus. So if Jesus come back today, people have no excuse to say, oh, I didn't know, because COVID has pushed people to preach more and to talk more about God. So it's important for us to use the technology to make a massive difference in the life of people. Fantastic. And do you have any advice you can give at the moment to young people who are struggling to decide which subject they should do? Because there is people who are now, they move to college. And I've got parents who told me, my son is struggling, my daughter is struggling, they don't know what they should do. So what's the advice as a young person you can give to all of those young people?
From my perspective, it's that you don't do a course because your parents told you to do it. That's probably the worst reason you can do a course, because you won't be interested. If you're not interested, you're not going to put in the work that you need to succeed in that course.
Fantastic.
So you have to first find out what it is that you like. What's your passion? What would you not mind working 9 to 5?
Fantastic.
Down and
no one is pushing you, but when you are there, you are excited, you are happy to do it.
That's what you know is your passion. So Yeah, you have to figure out what you like first.
Fantastic. So you don't need to follow your friend or kind of things, or your parent pushing you to this thing.
Absolutely not.
The idea is your parent want you to be successful. Because most young people, they find that parents are people who are, no, they don't like them, that's why they're pushing. No, parents want you to be successful. Absolutely. They did their best you to come here, or to born here, or to move from Congo to arrive here, so they want you to be successful. Absolutely. But you need to do what you like and what is interested, and to see what you get from that. Yeah. So it's important for you to have that passion. But there is a lot of opportunities in this country. There's a lot of opportunities where you are. Please do not waste your time. Absolutely. You don't need to do the worst job and start to swear all the time because you are in that job. No. You got the opportunity. Young person, when I came here, I was not a teenager. I had already 4 children. So I decided, I said, I work in a factory. I told you, I think before, I work in a factory. That factory was so cold, -3 degrees. And it was too cold, was too hard. And I said to myself, I will not do this job anymore. I'm doing it because I need money and I have to move on. But what I did, I went to school. I started very hard. After 9 years, I'm a doctor today. So it's important for you to decide, you are a young person, you got the future, and the future is on your hand. No one will lead you except yourself, and God is with you. If you trust Him, God will help you because He knows the future. He can see 20, 30 years after. So you need to spend time and say, Lord, I'm struggling, help me, and I need your help. That can make a massive difference. Wow, praise the Lord, praise God. Thank you, Joe, for your support today. Now we'll go a bit in Lingala to finish, before to finish. Na kosola na Lingala parce que exacto lobela ki makam ya COVID, toza na situation ya COVID awa ezako bato ebele bazo komi tuna ba question et loko nini bakosala est-ce que soki mwana azana bazui COVID, bon ça les loko nini, est-ce que parents nako que ça la test, nako ça la test c'était et loko na lingana yebisa ba parents que ezana ba guidance, ezana ba information o ezali na internet et koki kosunga biso o gouvernement a tché na disposition na biso. Soki okoki ko comprendre anglais te na sala website, na sala site internet ba komango coronavirus na lingala. COVID na lingala. Donc ezali coronavirus na lingala mena kangango COVID na lingala. So ki okay na website wana www.covidnalingala.org oromuna na website wana to chaba information na anglais, to chaba information na français, to chaba information na lingala. Ezali ba question na ba réponse o to cha parce que ba to na kutuna ba question belé ko benganga pasteur, docteur, to ça le ko ni na lobi OK. Website ezali, site internet ezali, yangonde que debino. Mais ceux qui ba réponse question yo zo komi tuna, eza kunate bien aimé en tout cas ko hésiter te ko benga biso, ko benga Venice TV, ko contacter biso individuellement to ko sunga yo et to ko aider yo. Kuna par exemple to tuni pourquoi batu mwindu bazo kufa ebele na période ya Covid. Tozo expliquer en gros. Donc, ça va bien comment il faut y comme ça. Place aux salariés, aux support workers, aux infirmières, aux médecins, et pour permettre de comprendre pourquoi Babylone Koana, pourquoi Batbaza exposé. Et ceux qui ont exposé, au terme lobby, et le Kongana au salate, parce que n'a protégé, n'a risque de n'a au salamote. Kozala hésitante, gouvernement a ébi. Et bato ebele balobela dossier oyo soki oza à l'aise te na place à mosala ozali yebisa manager na yo au-dessus ya manager mutu mosusu azali ezana ba syndicat otobenga ba union ezali zala membre ya union pour soki situation eye bakoki ko défendre yo soki ozomona ke bato mosusu bakokoka te yo moko koma na comité ya union wana. Donc, vous allez mutoza membre comme comment na comité wana. Et na ke na yok na université na komeli union. Parce que na za na union na ngai à partir ya NHS na komi na yok na EPC bango nga na za membre ya Unison. Mais na limité na za juste membre, na limite na za involve. À partir de wana ba benga na ke na comité si on a comment na comité on a mutu mwindi moko azala kité mais nga na pousser nga moko pour na koma na comité wana pour que eloko ba twazo sala yo oyeba ndeni no kokiko pour ko mema contribution na yo pe ko mema changement tozala ba tutoza musikate tozotala biloko musikate mais tozala involve nzamba kosunga biso totelema ozosala musala no ya clinique ozosala musala ya délivrer ozosala musala ya supermarché ozosala musala ya enseignant musala nyonso za ingénieur ozani place yozali yeba que nzambe azali na yo mais eza na responsabilité na yo po omibatela eza na responsabilité po otelema soki eloko wana ozokomona oza na esengo nango te. En tout cas, il faut permettre pour que aucun liboso pour on batte là pour ozala exposer te. Tu as besoin que ba congolais ba kufa pour bazali exposer na musala oyo bango bazali ko sala. Donc c'est pourquoi citoyen ezali covid na lingala.org kende kuna au moins ba réponse au moins ba question ezali pe covid na lingala .covid na lingala Facebook ezali na ba question na ba réponse ezali pour permettre bato bazana mituna bazwa ba réponse na bango moko pe bakoki ko passer information na bato mosusu tozana besoin ya mutuna domaine na ye a contribuer tobosa na Congo te wana eloko ya suka avant tosiza tobosa na Congo te situation ezali difficile kuna bandeko na biso ebele baza ko struggle na ba basic baza ko souffrir na biloko oyo ezali eloko azana besoin abondela te pour amela mai abondela te pour alia ce n'est pas correct donc ba biloko wana il faut échanger mais pour que échanger yonangai il faut to cha contribution na biso to bondela pona mboka na biso pe to contribuer et ozo so bandeko na kuna ozo so bandeko bali basi encourager bango pour bazana na initiative ola zela musala siko bat basisi examen d'état yo fandi on a zone comme musala mais créer musala je me rappelle na kenana ebisi bango pour produire miel est-ce que vous avez besoin de l'eau comme spécial ou qu'on produire yango donc ezana ba biloko mususu to ko sala et qu'on permettre bisopoto à avancer pour pays et ça la développer. Je le zane loko moko ko yebisa bandeko na Congo et puis bandeko communauté na biso.
But communauté na biso ngi ngolobi nyoso yo sala fo osala ke ezonga na Congo. So oza ingénieur, oza docteur, nyoso ozali luka moi nzela, luka nzela ko enseigner baninga, luka nzela ko sala moi ONG poto to songa. So parce que si tu te soumets na oso asuna bindele baya na ba onje na bango ba lo ba ke ba asuna be ba pesa biso 1% 99% na ba tina ba poche na bango moko donc ezaka biso monde to ko aider bande ko na biso.
En tout cas, que Dieu vous bénisse. Nzamba zalana bino. Donc chaque mercredi tu as la prière il y a Efrata donc à partir il y a 20h jeudi tu as na awana Venice TV à partir de 19h15. Et puis vendredi, tu as la prière dans l'église, dans Victoria Hall, à partir il y a 18h, intercession à études bibliques. Et puis dimanche, tu as la culte na biso, à partir il y a 14h30. Tu as la place au bon de la thé, au fana nanda, au kenako sambe la thé, yaka pour encourager yo, et inspirer yo pour au kene liboso. C'est l'unique voie pour au kene liboso, il faut la involve. Et ça te osa mosika, au mona makambu, osa victime. Non. Yo zali solution. Il faut contribuer au changement eya. Tikate nzambe apambola bino, nzambe apambola mwasi nanga apambola bana nangai, apambola lingomba nyonso Efrata na lingi bino pe ngolu na nzambe za na likolo ya moko na moko na kati na bino. Tikate nzambe apambola JC, apambola pe équipe technique nyonso oyo bayambi biso ba pesi biso opportunité oyo na cadre kitoko na studio oyo poto sala mosala. Tikate nzambe apambola communauté na biso nyonso. Nzambe azala na moko na kati na bino na kombo na Yesu. Amen. Que Dieu vous bénisse. God bless you. Thank you.
Quand je pense à ton nom et ce que tu as fait à la croix, tu as pris mon fardeau, tu t'es donné un sacrifice. Pour que moi j'ai la vie, je trouve les chemins, la vérité. décèle mon fardeau. Non, 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 je ne peux plus être encore esclave du péché. Les souffrances de ma vie, à la croix je les amène. Les montagnes sur mon chemin, devant toi je les dépose. Abba, Abba, Papa, Abba, Abba, Papa, Abba, Abba, Papa, Abba, Abba, Papa. Ne m'abandonnez pas, ne me délaissez pas, ne m'abandonnez pas, ne me délaissez pas. Tu prends soin de tes enfants, je choisis Jésus. Lorsque j'étais enfant, j'ai parlé comme un enfant. J'ai pensé, raisonné, comme un enfant, je faisais tout. Une fois devenu adulte, je me suis défait de cela. À tous ceux qui l'ont reçu comme Seigneur et comme Sauveur, tu les as donné le pouvoir de devenir enfants de Dieu. Non, 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 je ne peux plus rentrer dans